The Google Pixel 3 is a phone that is far from perfect, but there's something about it that just draws me to it. My experience is with a regular Pixel 3, not the XL. I didn't even consider the XL due to the notch, as well as a preference for smaller devices. Although I've gotten used to larger devices, when I'm out and about, the Pixel 3's size is perfection. I initially ordered just black, but quickly swapped it out for the not pink. I'm glad I did. I've fallen in love with the color. I get asked, what phone is that? The color is beautiful by my female acquaintances all the time. The not pink is definitely a unique color option, and the design, although subtle, has quite a bit of personality. I also went with the 64GB option, as most of my storage is typically taken up by photos and videos. With the unlimited full quality cloud storage Google provides, I don't see it being an issue. On paper, the Pixel 3 is definitely not going to win any spec wars, especially when you look at what other device makers are pumping out. Price-wise, it's expensive, much like every other flagship these days. But if the Black Friday sales proved anything, it's that Google is willing to discount the phone. I personally took advantage of the sale, making my out-of-pocket cost a lot more reasonable. Build quality is solid. I was surprised by the premium feel as well as how light it was when I first held the phone. The large round fingerprint sensor works flawlessly and is placed in the perfect position. Your finger just naturally lands on it. My first gripe with the phone is with the fingerprint gesture. I've found it to be much less reliable than on other devices. It's very hit or miss. The display is great. It just doesn't get quite bright enough for me when in direct sunlight. On the bright side, it's easier on the eyes if you use your phone a lot in darker environments due to how dim it can get. Call quality and signal strength have been great. It's right on par with the S9 and Note 9 that I've also used this year. This is my first phone with front-firing speakers, and the setup is as immersive as everyone claims. I've enjoyed the sound they produce, especially when docked on an upright wireless charger, which normally blocks the sound coming out of downward-firing speakers. Speaking of wireless chargers, when it comes time to charge up, Google's Pixel Stand has quickly become one of my favorite options. Try using a third-party wireless charger, however, and you'll notice it will only do slow wireless charging. Turns out, the Pixel 3 will only fast wireless charge with Google-approved chargers, which for the time being, only includes the Pixel Stand. Cable charging with the included fast charger will fully charge the Pixel 3 in a little under 2 hours. I've never been the type to stress over battery life, but the Pixel 3's battery life wasn't very impressive at first. After a couple of weeks, Google's battery optimization seems to have improved my battery experience. Despite this improvement, if you use your phone a lot during the day, you'll definitely still need to carry a power bank or a charging cable to top up. The phone does not have a headphone jack, so if that's a requirement for you, this ain't it. Google does include a pair of USB-C headphones that look and sound fine. They're free, so no complaints from me. You'll also get a USB-C dongle in the box if you want to use your own headphones. Just remember to bring the adapter with you or keep it attached to your favorite headphones. I've been slowly transitioning to wireless audio, so the missing headphone jack hasn't really bothered me. The moment I powered the Pixel 3 on and started using it, the biggest surprise was how good the haptic feedback and vibration motor was. Unlocking the phone, typing, or using the gestures just feels super satisfying. Touch vibrations are perfectly timed with the right amount of intensity. It's a highly underrated element which improves the user experience that many manufacturers often overlook. The Pixel 3's biggest selling feature has to be its cameras. The single rear camera consistently takes good to great photos without me even trying. Although other smartphones can take better photos in certain situations, the Pixel 3 is so much more reliable and produces photos that never cease to amaze me. The photos can come off a little over-processed at times. I like it, but you may feel differently. The Pixel 3's front-facing camera takes beautiful selfies. The new wide-angle selfie lens is one of those "why isn't this in all phones?" feature. In the past, I was always hesitant to take pictures with a front-facing camera, usually due to a fear of a poor quality photo. But on the Pixel 3, I use it frequently. Night Sight and Top Shot are two features that I initially thought were gimmicks when Google announced them. But I was wrong. I use them both and they're actually very useful. Smarter camera software to ensure we don't miss those perfect moments is something I value a lot, and the Pixel 3 hits the mark here. Okay, it's not all good though, as video recording leaves a lot to be desired. The Pixel 3 can't do 4K 60 FPS, which is a strange omission. The audio recorded for videos is also not up to par and seriously needs some work, hopefully possible via a software update. This has been my first experience with stock Android, and at first, to be completely honest, it was underwhelming. Coming from a Samsung device and being used to all the bells and whistles that are packed into Galaxy phones, I found myself feeling limited. After about a week of straight usage, that feeling was gone, and I've since grown to really enjoy it. Do I prefer it over a feature-packed phone like a Note 9? No, but I now appreciate why so many do. The software is without a doubt smooth. I yet to experience any stutters or lag while using the phone. The whole package is simple, clean, and most importantly, easy to pick up and just start using. The Android P gestures have grown on me, but they definitely aren't the best gesture-based navigation setup I've used. A short swipe will open the recent app screen, whereas a longer swipe takes you straight to the app drawer. I've gotten used to these gestures, but that longer swipe still feels very awkward and unnatural. On the bright side, the 5 app suggestions that appear seems to do a good job of predicting what app I'm looking for. Using the pill as a slider to scroll through open apps can save you a few swipes. The new previous app gesture works well enough, but the animation could use some work as it's a little jarring for me. The At a Glance widget makes an appearance on the Always On display. It shows things like calendar events, flights, and traffic information as they become relevant. I'm also a big fan of the Always On display's simple pop-up animation of notifications. It's extremely useful and done tastefully, allowing you to quickly see if something requires your immediate attention or if it can wait. The phone's software isn't flashy. You could even call it boring, but it does include some useful features. Copying text or images, using Google Lens, or doing a web search are all possible right from the recent app screen. A rotation icon will automatically appear right in the navigation bar whenever you rotate the phone, avoiding those annoying accidental screen rotations. Now Playing History stores a history of all the phones the feature has detected. Clicking on a song gives you the ability to play it in a dedicated music streaming service of your choice. Squeezing the phone will launch the Google Assistant. Gimmicky? If you don't use the Google Assistant, yeah. But if you've incorporated it into your life, it's surprisingly intuitive and beats having a dedicated button. Call screening still isn't available in Canada, so I haven't been able to test it out. I'm really looking forward to it though, as it's one of the software features I was most excited for. Some Pixel 3 and 3 XL owners have reported hardware issues with the screen and speakers. There are enough complaints that I believe that there is some legitimate concerns regarding quality control. There's also a laundry list of software issues that some have even started dedicated forums to track them all. The December 2018 patch that was just released is said to have resolved some of the issues. Although I'm sure Google will continue to fix the software bugs, if a phone priced this high should have these bugs to begin with, is a whole different story. My device has been good. The only 2 issues I've run into, on one occasion, while I was trying to set a reminder with Google Assistant, it was just not responsive and wouldn't register anything I was saying to it. A restart resolved it. The other bug actually happened recently after the December patch, where the phone got warmer than normal while I was using the camera. It wasn't alarmingly hot, but I decided to turn it off and back on, which seemed to fix it. It hasn't happened since. Like I mentioned earlier, the phone definitely has its flaws, but there's just something about it that attracts me to it. Despite all the heat it has gotten since launch, I've grown to be quite fond of the Pixel 3's simple, no-fluff approach. The big question, would I recommend the Pixel 3? For a power user or someone more tech-savvy who doesn't value the camera much, you've probably already compared the specs on paper and gone with something that offers more like a Note 9 or the new Mate 20 Pro. The Pixel 3 probably wasn't for you to begin with. If you value a smaller form factor, timely updates straight from Google, and a camera that consistently takes amazing photos, the Pixel 3 may be the phone for you. I also think someone coming from an iPhone who's looking to give Android a whirl will be pleasantly surprised with the Pixel 3. Google seems more willing to discount their devices this year, so wait for a sale, as I don't think it's worth it at full price. At $150 to $200 off, it's a solid buy. Even if you don't take pictures often, I think you'd be compelled to. The camera is that good.